bottom left, we do have herO. And in the top right, we do have Solar. Of course, another PvZ. A little bit Protoss and Zerg heavy this week, this day. Now, how is herO gonna approach this matchup? We'll have to wait and see. But we did see Classic was not really innovative with his ideas. And, well, also a little bit flimsy with his execution. I mean, going for the 4 oracles, okay, but then in the end they didn't really do that much in the first game. And, like, he wasn't really rotating them a lot. He lost some of them kind of sloppily. And then in the second game, he only went for 2 oracles. He lost the first one very, very early for 3 drones. It's not really a good trade. And then he kind of moved in with the adepts into a wall where Biles were already waiting for him. And he saw those. It's like, why do you do that even to yourself, right? You kind of needed to, I don't know, threaten the third base or something. I mean, I know what he was going for, right? He wanted to shade into the main, pull all the units there, and then harass the third base with a double adept or 3 adept or something, just cleaning that whole mineral line. But that didn't work out because Shin was just on top of his game there. Now herO is a different beast, but he's also going for a Stargate. Definitely his spirit animal would be Blink. Or Blink Stalk, kind of the same as Parting. It's a little bit weird with those two. I guess it was a Templar, a High Templar for Parting at once, but these days it's definitely also the Blink Stalker. I guess Parting had a lot of spirit animals, right? The Immortal and Sentry Push, the Soul Train, and the Blink Micro later on, and you had a lot of Cannon Rush phases, and you had Storm phases and stuff. We had a lot of Flanking Storms. Parting is a weird character. I hope he would play a little more StarCraft again, but I guess not currently. Looking to play some other games. herO going very aggressive. He's gonna get maybe a drone, you know. Nice save there. Oh, this one is gonna die. He gets 1 drone. A good adept movement there. Very difficult to pull off correctly. Bo3. It's gonna suck this beast into this black hole, you know. It would be so cool if this one dies, if like the ragdoll stuff, the corpse just gets pulled into this gravitational center here. But I guess that's a little bit too much to ask from a game that was developed in 2005, 2007, somewhere around that. I think they did 3 years of polish, and the release was 2010, so there you go. The game itself was made in 2005-ish. Third base, very nice and early here. For the Oracle even. Double Adept, trying to threaten this base. Gonna maybe get a drone here. No, has to settle for a couple of links. Let's see if he can save those Adepts. Now, only one is gonna make it through though. But forcing another Spore here. Bo3 is kind of just rallied to the front, sitting there a little bit. Now he's coming in. But I don't like this Bo3 movement right now. It's kind of just pulling Queens away from this area. So the Oracle... Wow, that's such a quick building. Like... that was nice. That was sick. That was really good. That was so fast, man. Solar is a beast. That was on fire, Solar. That's a Solar who can win against everyone at any day in any best of series. Now Twilight Forge follow-up here from herO. Kind of expecting Blink. herO is a Blink guy, as already said. And Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of fun with that, I assume. These 4 adepts need to be careful, though. If he loses these adepts, he's kind of running out of units now. Triple Oracle, though, is gonna help keep these adepts safe. They're just gonna shade to the top left, I guess, only threatening a shade. Wants to kind of pressure this creep here. And that's some good creep denial. And this is, of course, for his blink follow-up. He kind of wants to keep that creep at bay and have a strong position later on. The Adepts now moving in. They could get a few drones here, yeah. But no shade out now. Needs to be careful. And he's gonna try and recall as many as he can. He's gonna cancel this base. Needs to be careful not to lose that Void Ray. And how many Adepts made it home? All 4 of them. Wow. That was a perfect move. That was a perfect move by herO. But all of the Oracles are not in position to deal with this. He still has enough though at home. He has a cannon behind, he has a shield battery about to finish up. 3 Oracles trying to go for that 1 drone. They really want to hunt drone by drone here, but the drone made it to safety. He'll find that Hydra Den, that's a good scout. Doesn't want to eat too much damage here though. There we go. Stalkers are starting to pressure across the map, and the Oracles want to reinforce those with some stasis traps to keep them safe. Blink is not done yet. He needs to be careful. This is still 10 seconds away. But the army is out of position here for Solar. He's gonna collapse though in a moment, trying to set off those stasis wards with single links. But he will again lose this base. It's gonna get cancelled. Gonna lose. Wow, what an aggressive blink here. And now he's trying to pull these links into the stasis trap, but only 1. A perfect pull away here from Solar. But herO man, none the wiser. He does not lose any stalkers whatsoever. He's really good with his micro. Focusing some individual Hydras here as well. Links trying to go across the map, but not really finding anything here. Kind of weird herO wall happening as well. At the same time. Some high ground vision. Meanwhile, transitioning into a robotics bay, into charge, into +2 attack. And Stalkers are just pressuring. And these Oracles, man, they're just keeping them alive. It's like, alright. Here is your stasis trap, Forest. Feel free to be aggressive, Stalkers. That's so cool, man. Oh, Ling got saved by the stasis. What a weird moment. Temple Archives on the way here. On the other side, we only see Hydra speed. There's no big next step in the tech tree. And this game is looking awfully good for herO, honestly. Solar is kind of struggling to get this 4th base secured up and running. And meanwhile, the 4th Nexus already going up here for herO, already setting up some static defense with that as well. We do have Colossus already coming out. Colossus range is started. +2 is halfway done. +2 just started here for Solar, but nonetheless, herO needs to be a little bit careful. He does not really have a big immortal count. He does not have those stasis set up at home. And there's gonna be a big push coming in. Roach Hydra is gonna be the trick pony here for Solar. Can he break herO? That's the big question. He does have a big counter attack on the other side. All of the drones are currently running, but he basically just needs to kill the Stalker army. Oh, if he can cancel this Colossi, that's a good pick by Solar. But at home, man, everything's in shambles. Literally. He has 68 drones across 2 bases currently. And herO is just aggressively blinking on top of this army. He does not want to let this get home. He's just gonna kill it. And he's killing so many workers. I mean, not really, but he's killing so much mining time. Look at this. Let's have a look at the income. See that? That's what he created with those 6 zealots or 8 zealots or whatever it was across the map. And now he's gonna go counter pressure. He needs to get that robo back up and running because, I mean, Colossus' range is gonna finish, but no Colossi, it's gonna be sad. Templars being warped in for some storm. And herO should not be able to break this. Needs to be careful not to lose all of his units. Stalkers are gonna be mobile enough. Void Ray is gonna fall. The escape did happen. Templars are ready, gathering some energy. Storm is not yet. And as well as that pressure was dealing with the mining time, it did not actually kill the drones. So the efficiency is back up here for Falcon Solar. The Solar, and he's looking good. Now, out of position is herO to defend this base, but he still has enough units, it seems. But he's trading inefficiently. If he would be trading with the shield batteries, with the cannons, he would be dealing way more damage. Now Storm coming in here from down, and the Stalk is trying to flank from the top side, but he might just lose all of them, and that's an expensive loss. Stalks are quite pricey. He's gonna lose even an Archon here, possibly? No. He's gonna keep that one safe, it seems. Losing an Oracle, though. Losing some utility units here. And, Solar is making magic happen with a very inferior army, it seems. Now we do see herO transitioning into a mothership. He should have a Colossus out, no? Did that thing complete? Yeah, it is there. He never made the Colossus though. And this attack, I'm not sure about this. Again, he's losing these expensive units. He's losing the Archons, losing that Immortal, losing the Oracle almost. Now only back to Stalkers. Solar is doing what he needs to do. He's resetting the army from herO, and herO is just being a little bit overly aggressive. He really wants to push back into the other direction, but he does never have a War Prism with him. He never has that reinforcement potential. And Solar is just killing the Archons, killing the High Templars, killing the Immortals, killing everything that has value, and then killing as many Stalkers as he can. And then pushing back again onto herO's side of the map. And that's some nice storms though, but he even kills his own Oracle there with one of these storms. So last Oracle is gonna be gone here from the map, and Solar still does not manage to break him, and is gonna GG here. herO is gonna win the first map because Solar couldn't break him, and herO was transitioning into too many powerful things. Even though I feel like there might have been more play left for Solar if herO keeps on doing the same mistake, but Solar is relying on mistakes from herO to stay in the game, basically, even already till that point, so there's like no question that this is still a good position to GG from, to give up. Not like, oh, there was so many, he could have done so much more. I mean, yeah, possibly, but would herO let have him? Alright, going into map number 2, in the bottom left, herO, up 1-0, and top right, it is Solar. He looked actually very good in the early game, and then the mid game kind of slipped away from him. herO was just a tiny bit too good. Well, PvZ, what's there to say? Let's wait for that cybernetic score to finish up. And let's see how the Zerg's gonna defend the Oracle pressure and the Adept. But we'll still have to wait a minute for that to start even. Maybe 2 minutes. Warping in that Nexus, warping in that Cybernetics core, there it is. Yep, that's it. PvZ in a nutshell. Thank God we do have Legacy of the Void speeding up the game so much for us. . It really diversified the strategy pool for Protoss as well. I'm actually looking forward. So, Tosis, me, Pig, and Stegosaurus were looking to create a cup for Wings of Liberty tournament. And this is gonna be a blast from the past. A lot of nostalgia. It's gonna be the last state of Wings of Liberty, the last patch, which was already a little bit in the pre-patch state to the upleading Heart of the Swarm expansion. So you already see things like Phoenix Range, for example. But there's also still a lot of things that is, well, pre-Heart of the Swarm. For example, you will still see the old Raven with point defense drone, with the auto turrets, and with the Seeker missiles, for example. You will see the Ghost with a very weak snipe, 25 damage only, and 50 against Psionic, which would be Queens, for example. Still, that needs a lot of snipe to kill a Queen. So yeah, it's a lot of cool things. Protoss can still warp from low ground to high ground with their pylons. As you see, there's a lot of things. Sentries need to research hallucination. It's a research in the cybernetics core. So the more I keep going, the more you'll notice that this is weird. And yeah, we're looking forward to that one. We're going to go bring back some old maps. We're going to bring back 4-player maps. We hope we're going to get a good reception from the players as well. So we can actually get some really good games going. And yeah, we want to make this happen this month. If not, it's going to be next month, but it's going to be very, very soon. Probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be the plan here. Possibly even already next week, so keep an eye out for that one. Wings of Liberty in 2025. Maybe it's time to bring that one back. No publisher support anymore, so we can just go back to play a maybe different version of the game, which might be or might not be more popular than the current one. No Adepts, no Disruptors, no Liberators, no Oracles, no Swarm Hosts. That's no Vipers. That's a lot of units missing, right? So yeah. Instant Fungal. Fungal being a full root again. Fungal also Infestus having those infested Terrans. So many things. Drop being a research for all overlords and not just one. So you can just like literally get it from any hatchery and then have everything drop overlords. So many things, but overlords being slower, no medevac boost, for example. Siege tank need to research siege mode. By the way, okay, let's have a quick look at this game. This was a very late Twilight, it seems, and a lot of adepts. The adepts trying to shade in here, but this might just be a good defense here for Solar. He has a lot of links. This should be enough to hold this. Queens are working on these adepts as well. Can he shade into the main? Yeah, 2 are gonna make it, but already 2 queens here. Oh, I think he hit that queen first, so unfortunate. Wasting that one shot. Triple Oracle trying to find an angle, but already Spore and Queen in position here. Still gonna tank a few shots and get some of those, but this was not enough. This was not enough by far. He delayed his Forge Twilight follow-up, delayed his Blink, he delayed his Stalker production. He's gonna lose a bunch of workers because he sacrificed all of the Adepts and the Oracles who are across the map. He's even gonna lose a few Stalkers. He's gonna make this follow-up even weaker. He's gonna lose, my god, so many workers. You should never attack Solar, man. He's just so good against that. Baneling Nest on the way, about to finish up. Hydra Den just started. In the back here of the space. And yeah, Solar is looking amazing. After that initial harassment, losing 7 drones, yeah, okay. But now, already overtaking the Protoss at 3 bases. That's a great spot for a Zerg. Hero still is struggling to replenish his 3rd base here. +1 and Blink about to finish up here. He goes immediately into +2. Should have the money if he does not spend for a second. No, not gonna have the +2 in that chrono boost, unfortunately. Stalker's moving across the map here, and oracles kind of have to be at home, so he cannot really set up stasis traps, what he likes to do. There we go. Finally moving out, but as you can see, already again pulling back these oracles. But that being said, those links are here. They're not back at home. They're not defending against these stalkers, so this might be a pick on that hatchery. But actually these queens have so much energy, man. They can just heal that hatchery to full health like 2 times. Now links coming for the surround there. And a couple stalkers which do not have blink on cooldown did get sniped. Now stasis trap in a very interesting position. Is gonna get a few links, but not too many. There's one more stasis trap, and this was not seen, but hey, again a good pull away from Solar. Not falling for these. And remember, you can't kill them in the stasis, right? So they're actually gonna get unfrozen and they can just walk back. See? He's gonna lose 1. But these stasis, they kind of bought time for Solar and, well, for herO, I guess, as well, but man, he's losing so many random strange stalkers here and there. Stray stalkers, sorry, not strange stalkers. They are also strange stalkers because they are stray. But yeah, this, can he hold this attack actually? He needs some stasis traps at home here. He needs to get on that high ground, needs to set up a few there. Because you cannot let this Ling Bane attack come in. There's also Banelings being morphed on the other side of the map. And he's gonna run in, but there's a wall of gates, there's a wall of zealots behind that, and there's a stalker behind that. You need like 1,000 Banelings to run through a stalker. The perfect stasis trap! Catching the whole army! Solar? Can he still make this happen? It's gonna get unfrozen in a moment. Storm is not ready yet. Banelings coming in. herO not looking for a second. It's gonna lose that High Templar, which was second on energy. +2 weapons is about to finish up here. This attack got frickin' smacked. That was so bad here. Such a good trade for herO, but in the end, I mean, Solar did what he had to do. He cancelled this base. He kept herO on 3 bases, and I mean, Solar still needs to do more. He needs to win the game with this, but he kept herO on 3 bases. That's the first step. And there's no more energy on these oracles. You can, of course, replenish, but he used it on a High Templar here to get that storm out. 2 stalkers, again, straying away from the army there. Dying on that low ground. Oh, and he just threw out the last storm. Now Baneling's coming in again. Banes against buildings are terrible. He's really looking for a target, but finally he finds a way into the mineral line, and if herO did not reinforce with the correct units, he pulled away the zealots to the north. Now they have to come back. He keeps the probes alive, and he still has this base, but he lost a lot of stalkers. He lost all of the oracles to the hydras. He has no more stasis traps behind this. He has no High Templars and gathering energy except for this one right now here. And he has no vision on this. Now, finally he sees this with these zealots, and he was rotating to a different base because he was anticipating a different move. This High Templar again is not charged up on energy. There we go. He has enough for another storm. If he dies before... it's still not a great storm though. Yeah, this High Templar does not have a storm. He needs to be careful. Banelings are moving in. He's blocking himself! Still though, Banelings did run out. Can he get that Immortal? That's a key unit. He does get it. Because if you look at 2 Immortals, finally you do have a different army you need to deal with. Can he get that other Immortal as well? The second Immortal there. Yeah, he's gonna move in with those Hydras. He's gonna grab that one, but he will not break herO here and yet. herO should be able to defend this one. Or should he? He needs to pull the probes. There's no more structures helping him. Maybe that one Hydralisk gonna get popped by the Immortal popping here. And maybe these links, man, they might be just enough. He needs to pull some probes there. Again. A little bit more, just a little bit more, but it is not enough to snowball this army yet. He needs these gateways online. As you can see, money is a little bit stacking up here for our Protoss player. And he finally has a new mining base here, transferring some probes. But if Solar sees this, he's just gonna run a couple Banes over there. Oh, he already saw it. See? Those are. That's the couple. That's the couple I was talking about. He's just gonna ling this one. Alright. And on the other side, I mean, yeah, he needs to even pull from this. Shield battery, if the shield battery finishes, he could fight that. He's never really stacking up on Storm's energy. Templars are always depleting, never really morphed into Archons. He's not getting Archon. There we go, he's making an Archon, but that was the one that had energy. Now, Banes are finally in the mineral line. That was the play, the idea from Solar all time long, and finally he gets the big connection there, and herO is gonna GG. Too many Hydralisks still standing there. I thought some of that stuff was only in StarCraft 1. Yeah, that's how old it is. That was a little bit of a surprise there, in the end. Solar breaking. herO's defense there. And yeah, herO kept on losing the important units. It's something that he really does. More than a lot of the other Protoss players, weirdly enough. Losing all of these key units. High Templars over and over. What do they call them? Immortals over and over. I mean... it's a strange thing to ask, but you know what really counters all of those interactions? I mean, he lost all of the oracles, right? That's a big, big blow. No more stasis traps. If he keeps those oracles alive, even if he doesn't use the pulsar beam, he can always replenish stasis traps back at home. But imagine you warp in sentries and you block some with force fields. He was, of course, putting all of his gas into Storm, because on paper that looks better, because you can Storm then morph into the Archon. But if you lose your units anyways, maybe buying time with some force fields just actually help you a little bit more, because then you can kind of still grow your army, right? So yeah, maybe the High Templar was not the best choice. Maybe a couple sentries would have been a little bit better there, because it is a ramp situation. There is no Ravagers, there is no Roach Warren even. There's nothing to break force fields. Force fields are amazing against Link Bane. Maybe herO needed to be a little bit more calm in that situation. I should have already let this one play, while I still had so much to talk about. Now we still have to wait 3 minutes until this game picks up. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, I think having a few sentries might have been a deal changer there. Of course, if he keeps those oracles alive, he doesn't need those. Just make those stasis traps, keeps the oracles behind your mineral line, kind of. Have them in a very safe spot. They didn't need to tank, they didn't really deal any damage. They were out of energy anyways. So yeah. Maybe a few tiny mistakes here by herO. And then of course not being able to set up that fourth base. He warped in a shield battery. Maybe a cannon would have been the play there, you know? I mean, a couple of links kind of disrupted that base in the end. And yeah, of course not being able to morph those High Templars into Archons. He always had like one High Templar, which had Storm. He never had two, so he never was able to morph into an Archon afterwards. That's also a lot of tanking. That's a lot of kind of health you just throw on the field in an instant, right? That needs to be dealt with, otherwise it's gonna be a strong unit. Definitely a little bit critical here of herO's choices and the way he played that one out. And of course Solar, very happy with that one, I assume, because he was not looking like he could break herO there. Again, Stargate here on the way. herO is chasing this Ling with his probe. That's an interesting choice. Of course, he cannot commit to the fight. If the format of the Grand Finals was best of 69, who would be your top pick to win? Amongst all players or just these two, Solar and herO? If it's Solar and herO, definitely herO. If it's all players, man, that's a very difficult question. But I feel like people like Clem, for example, are just stamina monsters. herO. Those are just guys who just never run out of stamina and focus, and that's something that really helps you win in those long series. Maybe Maru, you know, who's also someone who has like a lot of stamina and can just play 700 defensive games after another to almost perfection. Dark would be like someone. What's the name? Also depends then on the matchup, right? But yeah, between these two, I'd definitely pick herO because I just feel like he's just so chaotic. And Solar would need to be on top of his game all time long, and it feels like a 80% herO is still gonna be a big threat to a 99% Solar, right? So I feel like Solar needs to be 100% all time long to be able to deal with a 80 or 90 or 100% herO. So yeah, I feel like if it comes down to stamina and like so super long series, I'm pretty sure herO would have the number of Solar here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Solar just has, you know, what it takes to live up to the challenge. Now Twilight Council after... Do we have 3 oracles? It seems, yeah. No, 1 Void Ray. And a bunch of adepts again. Now this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a joint attack here. Trying to bust down queens is my guess. They don't really have that much energy. Just gonna go in. He's gonna focus on the first one. 1 transfuse there to get that one safe. Now Link's coming in for the queen defense. 1 oracle is gonna fall here. And shades are gonna go through. But these are non-glaive adepts. And I don't think this is really what herO was looking for. He was trying to bust down these queens. And I think only 1 died. Did even 1 die? We'll have to wait and look after these adepts have been dealt with. Oh my god, even a transfuse on that drone. Oracle coming in here in the main base. Stasis trap, not a fan. He gets 2. Yeah, as I said, not a fan. Would have liked to see the pulsar beam there. I think he could have probably even killed 2. There was only 1 queen in this spore. And he was not coming from the angle the spore was defending, right? It's here and he was coming from here. So he goes in, hits then 2 shots, maybe 3 shots. I think he could have traded some health for some drones. Now he has to remake another oracle. His blink is about to finish up, but he's also going into a bunch of extra gateways. So this is going to be very, very all in on 3 bases here. He really wants to push the issue. He does get a forge, but quite late. And one thing to note on, he does not have a prism. He does not have the robo. So he can't really have quick reinforcements across the map. And I'm actually not sure about that forge. I'm not sure what the plan is with that one. Because +1 is not going to be fast enough to help with this 8 gate setup. Okay, it's going to be charged. Maybe he just wants to play a little bit more unit heavy since Solar has been so unit heavy himself in this series. Gateway units with late upgrades. Not sure if that's gonna be the right call here. Now this time we're looking at a Solar trying to go for Hive. And he's trying to do that off a roach composition. Keeping his 4th base alive. herO has to transition into 4th base himself. He's going up into a robo. And needs to develop his tech into some AoE. Or otherwise he's gonna have a very difficult time once those lurkers hit the field. Because we're already starting to see some Hydras getting produced here. The lurker den is on the way. The hive is on the way, halfway done. And those lurker upgrades, I'm afraid, are gonna be faster than herO's immortal count. And then we're gonna see a lurker shove from Solar and probably a dead 4th base for our Protoss player. Unless he can make some magic happen. The timing should be on the side of Solar. Solar took a little bit of a risk here. Trying to play a little bit light defense at some points of the game. But he just had the right amount whenever he needed it. And now he can capitalize on that with a very fast attack into lurkers. Lings making their way into the mineral line of the natural. Can't believe it. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Stalker's not gonna be in position to deal with already 5 workers dead. Zealot's gonna warp in to try and defend that one. Into the main base. Gonna get another probe here. Now herO wants to grab these, but most of them are just gonna get away. Finally, man, these Lings, they're really running circles around here. They have been into the natural, then into the main, then into the 3rd base, and now back at home. It's crazy, man. Now, there we go. Lurker upgrade. Number 1, about to finish up here. And Hydra speed is about to be done. And this is where you kind of want to start your lurker approach. Your approach to the base of the Protoss player. herO does not have the extra robots. He's not really producing any immortals. He's only going for Storm. And that can be very risky because you will be struggling against those lurker pushes. And if Solar just moves across now, tries to push in, he's gonna have a very good shot at just killing a base. And look, he's producing from 1 robo, he's sitting at 2 immortals, getting a 3rd one currently. He's cancelling a base, trying to utilize the mobility, which he is doing very nicely so far, but well, that's a great stasis. The stasis escape, gotta call it. But now it's happening. Oh my! Stasis traps for days. Thank God he removed those oracles, it seems. Really providing a lot of utility here. But Solar is gathering his forces. Can herO withstand this push? He has 3 immortals. It's a decent count. He should have a 4th one. No, he actually does not. And he has a bunch of Storm, but he's storming lurkers. That's not really what you're looking to storm, because you can't kill them with 1 storm. If you can't kill the lurker with 1 storm and you don't have like storm for days, you rather want to storm the army, I'm afraid. So you can kind of swarm the lurkers afterwards. Now this might be a good position here for Solar. So many lurkers. Not a good spread here for herO. Stalkers against lurkers is not really something you want to see. Archon's moving in. Immortals are going to be depleted here. Archon's also falling. Last Immortal trying to push in here from a little bit of a flanking position, but still 3 lurkers remaining. A bunch of Hydras remaining. Solar can keep on pushing. Now if he gets that robo, it might be already game. These 3 lurkers though, exposed at home, or behind the army here. So maybe herO can stabilize. Definitely a mistake here by Solar, not having them with the Hydralisks. Just kind of discarding that flank possibility. But meanwhile, I mean, he's already up another base. He's going into the Hydra dash. He's completing his +2 missile in a moment here. And he's just trying to push into that natural base now. That's some good set of storms. But we are about to see 5 more lurkers on the field. Lings are starting to eat through those workers. There is no attention that is possible here to clean those Lings from herO right now. He needs too much attention to deal with this army. Finally, he's moving those workers. Man, those Hydras with the dash is kind of cool to see it more and more used these days. And yeah, Solar should be able to clear this base, but let's see. The mothership is here, it's cloaking the rest of the army, but the overseer is also here. Needs to be sniped by those Tempests, and finally they pick that one off. But I'm afraid 31 drones, probes already dead. And the Nexus is about to fall as well. 1 Hydra trying to clear that air army is not going to happen. The 2 Tempests and 1 mothership are not going to kill a full army of Zerg before it kills this Nexus. 44 probes still falling. think Solar has done it. Should have broken the camel's back here. He's gonna go home for now, because he says, alright, I have done my part. I have killed the base, and I have killed 45 workers. Of course, he doesn't know the exact number, but he knows he killed a lot of workers. And he did kill a lot of army. He reset all of the Immortals, he reset most of the High Templars. He killed, I think, all of the Stalkers. Have a quick look here. Yeah, there's no Stalkers left, so that's a very expensive part of the army as well. That is not that powerful, but it's always very mobile. It's the most mobile part of that Protoss army. Now, Overseer's moving in here for the detection, and I think the Hydro Dash is up. You could see the dash. No, he's not going to use the dash. He clicked it, but it didn't move. But yeah, he should be able to break herO here in just a second. 4 Tempest though now. He's starting to really chew through those armies. But again, this is the big issue. The mining, the space is dead. There's even one link still continuing to work on that pylon. We see the production tab Aspire on the way, and on the other side is just one Oracle. For tax, because he needs that vision. And he's starting to remake some workers, but he doesn't even have the gas, man. He has like nothing. He really has nothing. A big amount of links coming in. Templar's not having that energy. Needs to recharge that Templar. To throw down a couple storms. Still loses the Templar though. He's gonna lose some more probes. herO needs any penny he can find under the pillow, under the cupboard, wherever they have rolled. He needs any penny, every penny, every little tiny amount. Have a quick look at the resources lost here. Solar has been trading more efficiently than herO, and that's when you know the writing's kind of on a wall. He's just waiting for the last wave of Corruptors, I'm afraid, and then he should be able to go across the map, push the issue. 56 workers against 2. This hive tech really paying dividends here for Solar. And it means herO still does not really have an army to deal with lurkers. Like, I mean, he can deal with lurkers, but he just can't kill them fast enough. Now he needs Archons to actually deal with those Corruptors, but he doesn't have them either. And he's storming on top of his own army. Even these Templars are not fully stacked on storms. Now they're trying to move into Archons, but already the army is kind of going distinct here. This Corruptor is super low, but still enough to clear out the rest of these units. Oh my god. herO. Now the lurkers moving in to seal the deal. GG is gonna be called. herO is gonna give up. Yeah, if herO could have come back from that one, that would have been probably the comeback of the year.